welcome to my new YouTube channel, Chewzing Plants. My name is Heather, and I am a 38-year-old mother of 5. My children range in age from going to be 19 next month down to 7.5, and I have always been overweight. My entire adult life, I have either been in the overweight category or the obese category when calculating BMI. I am finally just right now on the borderline between normal weight and overweight. If that tells you anything, the absolute upper end of the normal weight category is still quite round. So I have tried every diet in the past, literally. I didn't really like the Atkins diet when I tried it because it was too high in fat for me, so I did the South Beach diet, which, as you guys know, is really similar, just a leaner cuts of meat. I hated every second of it, but I did it and I lost weight. It was great. And then I stopped doing it because I hated every second of it, and I gained all that weight right back. I've tried a cabbage soup diet. Again, I lost weight, and again, I gained it back, probably then some. And I've tried supplements, which I just wouldn't recommend to anyone that they put something foreign in their body that they don't even know what the chemical structures do to them. Just a horrible idea. Wish I hadn't done that. But the thing about the diets that I've tried is they're not sustainable. I couldn't do them long term. I mean, there's some people out there probably that could live off of a primarily meat-based diet and think that they're doing well and enjoy that flavor-wise and content-wise, and I just couldn't. That's not me. So back in January of 2016, I became vegetarian, and that actually was my husband's idea because I was kind of complaining about I really don't like anything that we eat. Just nothing. I didn't at that point. I haven't eaten beef since I was 15. I don't eat pork because I'm allergic to it. So really and truly, if you counted any meat that I was eating, it would have been chicken, ground turkey, or some fish occasionally, not very often. So I didn't have a huge amount of meat in my diet anyway. Quite a bit of dairy though. Dairy was something I really liked. Cheese, very, very big fan of cheese. So that was approximately 17 months ago that I decided to become vegetarian. And so I started doing research about being vegetarian and watched the movie or the documentary Forks Over Knives, and then just overnight became vegan because that was just a real eye-opener for me. I work in the healthcare field and I had no idea. If you haven't seen Forks Over Knives, I would highly recommend that you do. I just had no idea. They didn't teach us any of the information that was presented there in school. None of it. So, since January 2016, I went from 199.8 pounds, not 200, 199.8, down to where I'm at right now, which fluctuates between 166 and 168. So in 17 months, I've lost about 35 pounds, which is awesome, and I'm super proud of that, and I've maintained that weight loss, and that's great. But I don't understand why I'm still holding an extra probably 30 pounds on my body, maybe 20 pounds, 25 pounds on my body when you see so many others on YouTube that aren't. And so the people that you follow on YouTube, a lot of them they're already at their ideal body weight, but a lot of them have been overweight, so they obviously did something right. It's just the problem for me has been that there are so many options to pick from. There are just so many choices, and that's why I'm here. There's so many choices. How do you know where to start? How do you know what to pick? And that's what I'm here for. I am going to try them all. Well, maybe not all. There are some things that I probably won't try, such as a raw diet. And it's not because I don't think it's a healthy diet. I think it's probably fine, but it's not sustainable for me. And the whole point of doing any of these diets is to find something that not only works, but that's sustainable. And eating raw food or having to sprout grains or any of those things for the rest of my life is not sustainable. And I don't want to do the yo-yo anymore. I'm tired of that. So if you're thinking, well, what options are there? You eat salad, you're whole food plant-based, so obviously you eat a bunch of salad. What else could there possibly be to eat? There are so many options out there. So there's the rice diet, where you primarily eat rice, and you, depending upon how you follow that diet, it's originated as a rice and fruit diet. There's the potato diet, where you primarily eat potatoes and vegetables with that. There is Chef AJ's Ultimate Weight Loss Plan, where you would join her group and you could do lots of stuff that she does is she focuses on vegetables and starches. It's a starch-based diet, but you eat a lot of vegetables. There's an SOS-free diet that's out there, which is salt, oil, and sugar free, which that actually would probably be fairly easy for me because I'm already oil free. The primarily I get a little bit of salt and like soy sauce and that type of condiment type things, and the sugar really wouldn't be that big of an issue. I'm not a huge sugar addict, but there's that. Speaking of addicts, there's Food Addicts Anonymous, or Food, is that what it is? It's FAA, but basically it's like an Overeaters Anonymous kind of thing, but I think it's called Food Addicts. But so you do weighing and measuring essentially, which I am honestly anti-weighing your food in terms of vegetables. You know, they're 100 calories a pound or less. Why would you weigh a vegetable? But that's an option. There's Dr. Furman's Nutritarian diet. There's you could do Dr. McDougall's wife, Mary McDougall. She's got a 10-day mini program to try and reset your palate. There's things like a juice cleanse, which I probably won't do that either because that's not long-term, that's not sustainable. So there's lots of options. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There's lots of options. So what I'm going to do is a 30-day trial of those options. And at the end, we're going to rate each diet to tell you some basic things about the diet and whether or not it might be something that you would like to try. Hopefully some of these things that you'll find really interesting and want to do them with me while I'm doing them. But to start out with, I'm going to do like a 30-day challenge, and it's going to, at the end, we'll talk about things like sustainability, because to me that is the absolute biggest component of any diet, is can you keep doing it? Is it something you enjoy doing, and will you keep doing it? So I have no problems with cheater days when you are at your goal weight and you are happy with the lifestyle that you're living, and occasionally you want to throw something into your diet that maybe isn't a normal food for you. That's no problem in the long run. But is it diet that you pick, is it sustainable? Did it work? I mean, is it causing you to be at your ideal body weight? The quantity of food. I eat vegetables, I eat fruit, I eat starch, and I eat a lot. So, and I don't think that's a problem, to be honest with you. I don't think the quantity of food that I eat is a problem, specifically being as I eat a lot of vegetables. But at the same time, well, if we do the Overeaters or Food Addicts Anonymous type diet, you only get a certain amount of food. So that might be really, really difficult to sustain. Quality of food. Did I enjoy what I ate? If I did try the raw diet for 30 days, I can guarantee you there would be certain things that I would love and certain things I wouldn't. I would love any of the fruit flavored smoothie type things. That would be awesome. I love fruit. Who doesn't? But I've tried a zucchini chili type raw dish one time. It was pretty awful. So the quality of food would also be very important. And was it easy? I mean, if you are going to have to struggle every day, day in and day out, to try to find food to eat, you're probably not going to want to sustain something like that. So what I'm going to be doing is a 30-day challenge of different diet plans, and I've listed some of them for you. There are others that I didn't even list. There's quite a few. And so stay tuned, stick with me, and the next video that I put up will be which of the diets I choose to do first. Wish me luck.